Hey guys, how you doing? Infernal here for another episode of Let's Make an Adventure Map. Today we are going to the end and we're going to be making a drawbridge. I've put down some markers. Let's have a look at what we've got. 0, 59, 56, 0, 55, 56, 0, 55, 64, 0, 55, 72 and 0, 59, 72. So those are the markers I'm going to be working on today. Oh, I suppose first things first, let's finish off this doorway. There we go, a bit better. Link it together, surround it. Right, now we've got a proper doorway, lovely. Okay, build some ground. I'm going to do the usual thing here. We are going to have a little room so you can build off to the side if you wish. Let's see, what do I want to do? Like that. Is that about right? Looks good. So some doorways, so you can put some side rooms on. Bump. I'm going to be building it off this way. Up, up, and there's my door. Now I'm actually going to have a door here. Boom. Hey, why not? Okay, got a door. Now I need somewhere to go to on the other side. So I'm going to go here. It's going to be another... So this is going to be a drawbridge, so we need a way back up. Should we get stuck? So... where's that going to go? Where's that going to go? How many gaps do we have? A gap of 6. So let's go along here. I'm a good shot. Okay, let's go along here. 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go along here. That's going to be my hole that people can fall into. It's going to be the way up, and like last time, oh, I want to come out a bit further, I think. Yeah, let's come out a bit further. Let's get some sandstone, put that in. So we've got a gap of 3 there, so we're going to need a gap of 3 here, because I like to keep it symmetrical, obviously. You don't have to when you're building your own map, but this one is going to use a few coordinates, so it's best to keep everything in the same place. I'm going to do another chest hiding at the back, just there. They'll get used to these being here, won't they? What should we put in that one? Let's put a golden nugget in it again. There you go, tasty golden nugget for them. Right. Now I need a platform to go to. Like that. All the way across. I'm going to want a doorway. So as you're building this, obviously, again, grey wool can be anything you like, but keep note of where these little marker blocks are. That'll help us keep everything in line. So that looks okay for the room. So come in. Oh, I always find it hard to get through those. And we're in. Now also, I am going to put a block there, and that's going to have a beacon on it. Right, I don't need the beacon, don't need the chest, don't need that, don't need the button, don't need that, don't need that. Okay, so that is the basic room set up. Next, I'll tell you what though, what we'll do is put 3 bits here, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So, basic room set up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build some command block machines. So what we're going to come in, we're going to shoot an arrow into the beacon, a drawbridge is going to extend, and then we can go across. So that is what we're going to do this time. So let me go and get the stuff, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back with a few bits and bobs to do some building. So let's have a look. I think we are going to go here and here, and here and here. Now we're going to put this block down. Just checking my picture to make sure it's okay. That's going in there, and that is, yep, it's the bottom of a fill clock. So let's put a sign on that. Fill clock bottom. Let's get ourselves one of these. Pop them on top. Boink. That's good and good. One on top of that. That is, you know what it is. It's the fill clock top. Let's have a look at that. There we go. And let's activate that now. Okay, so that is that one, that one, that one, that one done. Now let's take this one here. We're going to put this one on here, and that is check for player. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Number 51, check for player. So that one is looking at 0, 60, 61 in a radius of 0. So that is basically, let's have a look. Oh, I saved a screenshot, wrong button. So x0, that's here, 60, 61. So it's this block that I'm standing in. So if we're here, that's going to be activated. Okay, that's our first. The second is going on this side, and that is test for an arrow in the beacon. Let's have a look at that one. Test for an entity of type arrow in a tile Minecraft beacon. And that is number 47. Now these numbers might not be in the right order, but don't worry, they'll all come together later. So if we shoot an arrow into that, this one is going to activate. So let's give it an output. So this is one that's going to output to here, and this one is going to output to here. There we go. So let's have a look, see where we are in line with our markers. There we go. So we've got a 0, 55, 64 marker, and we've got our wall line, a couple of blocks, and then the bottom of the fill clock. Okay, let's crack on and get the next few blocks to go along here. So I'll be right back with you in a moment. Okay, we're back. Right, so we've got this detector set up, testing for an arrow in that beacon. Now let's give it something to do. First thing it's going to do is kill all arrows. Nice and simple. Kill, add entity, type arrow. So the arrow will go in the beacon, and now it will just get killed. Then it is going to play orb sound. So play sound, random orb at the player, and then a few settings. You can play around with those. And the next, start the bridge timer. Just going to set block -2 on the X, -1 beneath it, so on the Y, and the same Z to air. Now that block is going to be, so -2 on it, 1, 2, -1 down, so it's going to be there. Lovely. So that's a little bit done there. Now we don't need those anymore. Let's put these ones down. And these are going here. So this one is create the bridge timer. Scoreboard, let's go right to the beginning. Scoreboard objectives, add bridge timer, dummy, bridge timer. Cancel that one. Next one, display the bridge timer. Scoreboard objectives, set display, sidebar, bridge timer. Okay, now they're not going to all be powered yet, so what we want to do, jump up on here, just put them across to make sure that they're all going to be powered. So when we're standing up in that doorway there, it's going to create us a scoreboard called bridge timer and display it. And if we shoot the beacon, it's going to kill all the arrows, play the orb sound, and start the bridge timer, which will remove that block. Let's test that bit. That bit we can test now. Let's get ourselves a bow and an arrow. Put the arrow in there. So if we shoot that now, ding, and the block's gone. Now that's handy because we are going to be putting a little hopper clock just here. So I want the comparator, and again, any block, but I tend to use black wool. Put him down. So he's facing that way. So they're facing into each other, just next to this. As usual, comparator goes on the end. There we go. Wonderful. Now, let's just fly over here because we've got one of these already, and I can never remember the actual command. Here it is. So we're going to copy this block here, add 1 to the event timer. Copying that. Taking that with me, and we're going to pop it down here. So that is now scoreboard players add. Now it's not the event timer, it is the bridge timer. We'll pop a sign on that in a minute. So let's shoot again. Let's go up in the corner, activate it. We now have created the scoreboard. Shoot that. It's dinging, that's lovely. But oh, I didn't put the black wool in the hopper. In it goes. There we go. And now it's counting up. That was a bit silly. Wonderful. Let's pop this back to reset it. Dunk. There we go. That'll stop it now. Okay. So, we come through the door. We create ourselves a timer. That sits there waiting for us to shoot that. That plays the sound, kills the arrow, removes this block, and starts the clock counting up. So you can see bridge timer, Infernal device, 24, 25. Okay, now let's link it to the rest. Back with you in a moment. Okay, the first thing we'll do is we'll make our manual reset. We'll start making that now, because while we're testing it, we're going to be wanting to reset it. So I'm going to put a command block there. I'm going to put a sign on it. There. So 74, which is stop the bridge timer clock. So if we have a look at this, all it's doing is it's putting that redstone back. That's all it does. Okay, so that's a nice easy one. Now we make the start of our clock, which I believe we are going to put here. So we are 0:55:64. We're coming out 2 from there, and we're going 1 past that. So let's pop that down. Yep, it's a fill clock bottom. This one's going to be stretching off. We'll see which direction in a minute. Pop that on top, and the fill clock top on top. Now, blink. So let's have a look. So this one is going off in the -8. -8 in the X direction. So that's positive X over there. And if we look that way, that's negative X. So this one is going -8 in that direction. Let's get a block. Boom, 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 boom. Oi, there we go. And that's him done. Wonderful. So we've got a little reset there. Put that back. And we've now got a clock running. Now to put some commands on the clock. So back with you in a moment to do that. Okay, and we're back. One command block. Let's put him down here. Put a sign on him. Boom. 57. Check the bridge timer equals 1. Now we've used these before, so we've got a good idea what it's going to do. Let's have a look. Test4 player score bridge timer equals a minimum of 1. And then let's give him a comparator. Now what we're going to do is copy that. So that is a control and middle mouse button that copies it, and we're just going to run it all the way along here. And we're going to change it. So bridge timer equals 1. Bridge timer equals 2. Next one is going to be bridge timer equals 3. Next one, bridge timer equals 4. I think you've got the idea. Bridge timer equals 5. Bridge timer equals 6. Bridge timer equals 7. Bridge timer equals 8. Done. Wonderful. Let's put some signs on. Well, I'll put the signs on because there's no point in you watching me do that. So, back with you in a moment. Okay, I've popped the signs on. Now let's put some comparators down. Oh, can't do it when I'm standing there. Silly boy. There we go. And oh, that makes me realise we don't actually need this end line here. So let's remove that. Comparator, 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 and yep, comparator. Okay, now let's put down our next set of command blocks, which will be these ones. So this one is 64, extend bridge 1. So it's filling an area from 158.69 to minus 158.69. So that is going to be 3 blocks just above me here. So if we activate that, which we can do just with a redstone block, we can see what it does. That is going to, boom, there we go. 3 bricks there. Let's get rid of those. Now let's put down the others. So we've got one here, extend it 2. So before it was 69, now it's 158.68. So it's going to move across 1. And this one, yeah, will be, get rid of that, 158.67. Okay, so that's that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one done. And now we'll get the next set. So extend it 4 onto the other side, to extend it 5. So those two, that one's going to 158.66, that one's going to 158.65, and the last one going to 158.64. Doink. Lovely. Now let's have a look and see what that does. So we come through the doorway, that activates the timer, so we've got it ready and waiting for us to shoot that with the arrow. Dong. And then the bridge slowly extends. Now we can speed the bridge up by speeding the timer up, but I'm happy with that speed. So don't need that. Let's just get rid of those. There we go. Now we probably want to get rid of that bridge. Let's make a part of the reset for that. Let's put that here. So we've got fill. Now we need to get the right area for that. So it's going to be filling. Well, we're going to move this bridge up eventually, but we'll fill 2 blocks. So we'll do from 1. What's that? So we got 1 to minus 1. That looks like on the X. So the X is going to go from 1 to minus 1. Done. The Z is going to go from 64 to 69. So the Z is going from 64 to 69, which it already is. And we'll go from 58 on the Y to 59 on the Y. So 58 on the Y is the level it's at now, and 59 on the Y is the level, one level above it. So let's give that a quick test. So that should stop the clock and remove the bridge. Wonderful. Now that's for testing purposes. Obviously you don't want to remove the bridge when they're playing, but for now that is handy to have. So that's block number 73. Okay, so we're getting on. We're going to need something to stop, to get rid of the bridge timer. That's what we're going to have next. Something to get rid of that. So let's put a command block down here, and that is going to be remove, oh no, scoreboard objectives. Scoreboard objectives, remove bridge timer. Done. Let's put a sign on that saying what it is. 71. Remove, I can't type, remove bridge timer. Done. Now when we press that button we should reset the timer as well. Boom. So we've got a complete reset. Let's give it a quick test. So we come through the door, we shoot the bow, Bump goes in, the bridge extends, ding, 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 and we go and reset it, just for testing purposes. Bump. Excellent. Next little command we're going to put on here, which is going to raise the bridge up by 1, and then we'll manually stop the timer, and we'll lock the clock as well, so it can never be done again. This is a one-time thing. You shoot it once, it extends, that's it. It doesn't retract ever again. So we will do that very, very shortly. Catch you in a bit. Okay, back for the last little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our last little activator here. Pop down the block. This block is move the bridge up. So this is going to be the one that takes it from slightly under the level to where it was to 1 higher, and it is a clone command. So what it's cloning, probably easier if I just put it in to show you. It is cloning, don't need those, it's cloning this gap here, but we're going to leave that as air, that one, that one, okay, so that is what it's going to copy or clone. It's going to copy this and the air underneath it, and what it's going to do is going to put it over here. So it's going to put the grey wool at this height and the air at this height. So it's going to remove the bridge that will be there. It'll look like it jumps up slightly. It's not the most impressive move, but that's what it's going to do. We'll see that in action in a minute. This is also remove the bridge timer, which means we can actually get rid of it on the reset line. So we'll take that one out. We don't need that anymore, since we're doing it automatically at the end now. And it's also going to lock the bridge timer. Now what it's going to do is that it's going to set a block 6 on the positive X, and it's going to put a redstone block there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to put a redstone block here. Now this redstone block isn't deleted by our start or any of our checkers, which means once we've activated this once, this redstone block is never going to leave. It's always going to be there, which means this is effectively locked. But for testing purposes, we want to be able to get rid of it, so we put a remove bridge timer lock there, just so we can test it. So what we should do is give that a go. Let's get rid of a few of those. There we go. Let me just check to see what this one is. Move bridge up, we've done that one. So let's have a look at it. Let's get the bow and let's test it out. So we come through the door, we've got the bow. Who knows where we got the bow from? We can invent that. Maybe we travel down here, maybe we've got some jumps to do, a puzzle down here to sort out. We get the bow, we come through the door. Ooh, what should we do? Let's shoot that beacon. Ding. Ah, here comes the bridge. Boink, and we're across. Bonus. And now the lock is in place. Now it doesn't matter what we do, we'll get the ding, and that's it. Nothing will happen now because that lock is there. But we've got our reset we set up for testing purposes. Obviously this will only be for testing, it won't be when people are playing the map. And it will delete the bridge, it will delete the lock, and it will replace the stopper. Boink, just like that. So we get to do it again, and we come, shoot it, off it goes, and we're done. There we are. Now as always, if you don't want to see that timer, it is block number 53 here, display bridge timer. Put anything you like in front of that, any old random rubbish. It makes it an invalid command and it won't be run. So if we reset that now and we do it again, so we come through the door, we shoot the beacon, we've got no timer this time, but all works exactly the same. Obviously you don't have to put rubbish in front of that. You could just delete the block if you wanted to. We don't need them. They're purely there so we know that it is actually working. So let's give it a little bit of a reset. Boom. And we're done. Okay, main thing to worry about. This command here is correct. So the minus 1556.64, minus 1757.69, that is these blocks here. So they should be in line with that command block. This doesn't have to be sort of grey wool. You can, any block you like, that can be. You can make it gold if you want to. But do remember, this is what is copied. So in these blocks here where we've got wool 7, you'd want to change that to the same block as you change those two. So if I put gold block in there, okay, so that's the last block to do. So probably want to get some gold here as well. So we change these 3 to gold. Now let's run it again, see what happens. So it's copying grey wool, grey wool, grey wool. Last one is gold. Whoop, and then it copies those blocks over there. So if you do want to change it, you just basically want to make sure that you change not only what is being cloned, but also the number at the end of these. What number was it? 7 for grey. So I like to use wool. There we go. So that is all working. Now you'll have to invent a story or something for why they managed to get the bow. Maybe they need a hint actually. Let's give them a hint. Oh, I hate going through those doors. Right, let's get a chest. Chest and a book. Oops, I can't spell book. A bock. Okay, I'm going to pop my chest down. Just there. Let's write the book. And it's going to say hint. It's not really a hint. This is more exactly what they should do. Shoot the beacon. There you go. Exclamation mark. Sign that. Hint 1. Sign and close. Pop that in the... so if they do arrive and they go, ooh, what shall I do? I can't get up. Look at the chest. There's the hint. Shoot the beacon. Just in case they don't know. Probably that is something you'd want to do in the start room. You'd say, if you see a beacon, you know, shoot it with your arrow. See what happens. This isn't much of a puzzle, but it's fun. You know, nice little bridge to go across. So that's it for this episode. Next time we will be doing something else. Maybe, you know, I might expand off in one of these directions. I don't know. I'm liking the idea of just keeping a little gap in between each one. Then you can do what you want in the middle and just copy. So let's have a look at the actual layout just so we can see. So we are on 5564, and as I said, the clock must be there because it uses relative commands. Okay, and if we look at the timer here, just so you can see the distances where they are and everything is placed. Again, we'll have a little slow look round just so you can see where everything is. And this again, the clone command, because this one uses clone, so that does actually have to be there. So one gap, and then you're one up, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long, 3 wide. Okay. And that is it for this episode. Hopefully not too fast and not too complicated. I'm trying to keep it sort of, you just copy it and it should work. So, thank you very much for watching. I shouldn't wave my bow at you. That's a bit dangerous. No, bare hand. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, please leave a like. Please subscribe. It's always lovely. And take care. And I'll see you next time. Look after yourselves. Bye.